Over the past few years, I've really enjoyed taking shorter trips to cities I've never been to in the USA and staying at really nice hotels, especially those historic hotels that are all over the country if you look for them. Over Thanksgiving, I visited Louisville, Kentucky and stayed at the Brown Hotel. The Brown Hotel is noted for two things, and I was able to experience one of those two things. I'll tell you what they are shortly. Hi, I'm Sandy from Sandy Over 70. Welcome to my channel, and I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already and give me a thumbs up. AAA gives the Brown Hotel 4 diamonds, so I was expecting something really special. It's celebrating 100 years this year. It has 294 rooms, lots of meeting space, a fitness center, restaurants, and it's listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Built in 1923, this hotel has marble floors, elaborately carved ceilings, chandeliers, and intricately carved European furniture. When you walk in, it's a dark feeling. It's not brightly lit, but then again, historic hotels often aren't. I was fascinated by the metal grill that was over the area where you check in. You just don't see anything like that anymore. It was beautifully decorated for Christmas, but I think my impression, first of all, was that it was smaller than I expected. Of course, it sits right in downtown Louisville, and there's not all that much space, but compared to some of the great resorts that are on the ocean, let's say, this is a much smaller hotel. There's really very few public rooms. The lobby consists of a bar and quite a few tables where they serve a light meal. Further on, there is a very high-end restaurant, which is where we ate the first night. We've been escorted to the English dining room here at the Brown Hotel. It's very elegant, as you can see. They have their Christmas decorations up, and we pre-ordered a filet mignon. So we'll see what else they have. Although we had pre-ordered, when we got there, there was a really long wait for the food. I'm sure they had staffing problems. I had ordered the filet because why not? With this company, you can order anything you want off the menu. So we waited and waited and waited. And when it came, it was delicious. Oh, probably the best filet I've ever had, so I have no complaint about that. But no one checked on us for dessert or coffee, and we really wanted that, so that was like another hour wait. On Thanksgiving, we went to the lobby and found a piano player, and she was playing lovely background music. We, of course, like to dance, so I asked her if she could play some dance music. She said sure. So she tried and she played some music and we got up and danced, of course the only ones who did, and I think she was shocked that even we got up. I talked to her afterwards and she said it was a shame that really people don't dance anymore, but not only that, they've taken evening entertainment out of the hotels. All of the great hotels, the big resorts, you won't find live music anymore in them. You won't find dancing like they used to do in the old days. In fact, in this hotel, they used to have huge dinner parties and dances that went on into the night in the 1920s when it was built. It must have been just glorious. And that brings me to the first thing that the Brown Hotel is known for, and that's the hot brown. I had never heard of a hot brown. I had no idea what it was. They were talking about it on the bus on the way over, and some people seemed to know what it was. But I had never heard of it. And this is what I love about traveling. You find new food and things that you'd never heard of before. So what is a hot brown? Well, the story goes that back in 1923, when the hotel was open and it was in his prime, and they had all these dinner parties and people were dancing into the night, that they would be hungry late in the night, early in the morning, and so the hotel had to serve something. And instead of the usual eggs, Chef Fred K. Schmidt introduced the hot brown open-faced sandwich. It consists of turkey, bacon, covered with a Mornay sauce. It became very popular among locals and visitors, and in fact is served all over the state now. Many restaurants have their own version of the hot brown. There was an included breakfast every morning, and we could order anything off the menu or visit the buffet, which was extensive and had anything and everything that you could want for breakfast. So we really enjoyed that. On Thanksgiving Day, they served an elaborate buffet. Oh, it was delicious, and I really enjoyed it. I love checking out gift shops for unusual items when I travel. And there was a little gift shop in the Brown Hotel. The first thing I spotted was these beautiful hats, the type that the women wear at the Kentucky Derby. Now, I was interested in these hats because I've been invited to Kentucky Derby parties at a friend's home, and she always requests that we wear a hat. I've been wearing a fascinator, but these hats really got my attention, especially that pink one. The only problem was they were way overpriced. The pink one was marked $450, which is totally ridiculous. And all of the other ones were in the hundreds. Now, I know if you go on Amazon, you can get them much cheaper. The pink one was exquisite, and I really love that one. But there's no way I was paying $450 for a hat. But it was fun to try them on. On our first night there, we were awakened at 3 a.m. to a fire alarm. Now, this is the third time this has happened to me in hotels. It's getting to be an old story. In any case, it was such an obnoxious sound that it could not be ignored. I heard over the loudspeaker that we were to vacate our rooms, not use the elevator, and go outside. I was reluctant because it was cold, and I doubted that there was a fire. I looked out the window. I didn't see any trucks. But in any case, you couldn't stay in the room because the noise was horrible. So we dressed up, and I think I took my purse. We walked down, I think, 8 flights of stairs. This was not easy for me because I have pain sometimes in my knees and my legs, and I had to go step by step. So I was a little aggravated. Anyway, we got to the bottom, opened the door, and it led to outside. So we went to the front of the hotel, and there were fire trucks. Well, okay, so it was worth leaving the building. However, everybody was in the lobby that had come down, and so we went into the lobby and waited with the rest of the people until we were given the all-clear signal and could take the elevator back up. But like I said, this has happened 3 times to me now, so it's not fun to be woken up in the middle of the night. But of course, it could have been something very serious. The second thing that the Brown Hotel is famous for is hauntings by ghosts. Apparently, there have been many sightings of ghosts. And after 1969, when J. Graham Brown died, these sightings increased, especially up in the penthouse. Now, I am sorry to say that I did not see any ghosts. I would have really looked harder, but I didn't find out the hotel was haunted until the last night. I mentioned that there's no entertainment in the evening except an occasional piano player. And so our tour manager hired the Ladies of Liberty to entertain us on our last night at the Brown Hotel. These women, 3 of them, dressed in World War II attire, sang for 30 minutes and were so entertaining. They sang songs from World War II. We even got up and danced once or twice. They were surprised by that. And it was just delightful. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the Brown Hotel and learned about the 2 things that it's famous for. Thanks for watching and have a great day.